Hello, my name is Lap. Today I will show you how to use ArcSight Logger for searching, reporting, and alerting based on events which be collected from log sources. When you want to analyze events matching specific criteria, include them in a report or forward them to another system, such as ArcSight ESM, you need to search for them. To search for events, you create queries. The queries you create can vary in complexity based on your needs. Queries can be simple search terms, or they can be complex enough to match events that include multiple IP addresses or ports, and that occurred between specific time ranges from a specific storage group. For more information about how to use search query on ArcSight Logger, you can access to micro-focused community. Then go to ArcSight product. Product documentation index. Logger. Logger 6.6. Logger admin guide. This document have all things you need for searching on Logger. So now we can start. Firstly, I will describe about my demo lab for this case. In this case, I have two servers, one connector server and one logger server. A test alert connector will be installed. Okay, I have two servers, one connector server and one logger server. A test alert connector will be installed on connector server and sending demo events to loggers. Okay, so now it is a search page. And I will talk about the search page. The search process uses an optimized search language that allows you to specify multi-search commands in a pipeline format. In addition, you can customize the display of search results, view search results as charts, and so on. The most straightforward way to run a search is to enter the keywords or information you are searching for the query in the search text box here. Select the time range and click Go. Okay, so there are the events I sent from ArcSight connector server using test alert connector. And test alert connector is a connector send demo events. You can enter a simple keyword such as failure, enter. So here is the results with the failure keyword in event. You can see failure or a complex query that includes Boolean expressions, keywords, fields, and regular expressions. The system search for data that matches the criteria you specified and displays the result in color-coded columns. Mhm. In color-coded columns, indicating its index status. So in Logger Search Page, the search results are displayed in the table and add and as a histogram as soon as they are returned. It is the histogram. Even if the query has not finished scanning on data, for an example. Yeah, 15 minutes later. The active search list display any searches in progress as well as completed searches that have not yet expired. It is the expire column. The expire. You can also add a chart to your search to display the most important information in a more meaningful fashion. Charts are not displayed until all the data is returned. Okay, we can try. We can try. I will show the top event product device product in 15 minutes. Okay, it is a chat. And there are several convenient ways to enter a search query. You can type the query in the search text box like that. Failure and login. Only 4 events. Or you can use the search builder tool to create a query. and click a field in the current search result. Here. Okay, maybe we can click a field. Click to destination address 10.0.111.2. Also, you can use a previously saved query. It is a filter or save search like that. Filter or save search, you can call one of them. Okay. And when you type a query, the search helper provides suggestions and possible matches to help you build the query expression. Okay, so now we need to understanding the search field colors. Okay, we can see the time field in the dark, device field in the dark color, local field in the dark color, but device vendor, device product in the green color, or yeah, sorry, it is a dark green color device product, but device version in the green color. Why? Because each column in the search results table is color coded to show what type of field it contains and whether or not the field has been indexed. Colored columns labels can help you refine your searches for the fastest results. And the field type icons will also display on local page where search fields are used, such as the field set editor and the default fields page and the search autocomplete. And with the dark green field, it is the field in super indexed, and it is by default. And with the green field like device version and name, it is indexed and it is default. And with the light green, it is indexable. And with the light gray and indexed, it is metadata, and it cannot be indexed. Or with no color, okay, no color. Here is no color. No color means non-logger CEF, common event format. Okay, so now we will discuss about elements of a search query. A simple search query consists of a query expression, a time range, and a field set. An advanced logger search query can also include constraints that limit the search to specified device groups, storage groups, and peer loggers. Okay, so we will talk about the query expressions. A query expressions a query expression is set of conditions used to select events when a search is performed. An expression can specify a very simple term to match, such as login or an IP address, or it can be more complex enough to match events that include multiple IP addresses or ports, and that occurred between specific time ranges from a specific storage group. And the syntax of the query in the search textbook include two sections: index, search, and search operator. The query expression is evaluated from left to right in a pipeline fashion. First, event matching the specified index search portion of the query are found. The search operator after the first byte character is then applied to the matched events followed by the next search operator. And so on to further refine the search result. The search operator 1, search operator 2, and so on. The search results table and the histogram display the events that match the query as they are found. As additional events are matched, the search result table and the histogram are refreshed. Aggregation operators such as head and tail require a query to finish running before search result can be displayed. Okay, so now we will study about index search portion of a query. The, the index search section of the query use fields to search for relevant data quickly and efficiently. You can use a search expressions to specify keywords to search for in the event text, or to search using field-based expression in a Boolean format. Keywords are simply the words you want to search for, such as field or login Okay, something like that. You can specify multi-keywords in one query expression by using Boolean operators and or not. Boolean expressions can be nested. For example, failure and login. Okay, no results were found. Okay, log on. Something like that. If you need to search for the literal occurrence of an on or not in upper, lower, or mixed case, enclose them in double quotes, so the search engine does not interpret them as operator. Oh, one event. Where is it? Oh, I don't see. Where? Oh, where? Why I see the attack fail? Okay, division. Note that although the Boolean operators and or and not can be specified in upper, lower, or mixed case when used as an operator, Micro Focus recommends that you use uppercase for easy operating the query. Okay. And you can use the character asterisk to search for keywords. However, the wildcard cannot be the leading character in the keyword. Therefore, the following uses are valid. Logs or logs. Or logs asterisk app. Okay. Okay. You cannot use asterisk log. Cannot. Okay. Okay. So we switch to field by search. In the index search, the local schema contains a predefined set of fields. You can add fields that are relevant to the events you collect on your local to each schema. A field-based search can only contain fields in local schema. The local indexing capability allows schema fields to be indexed. Local search operation and reports utilize the indexed fields to yield significant search and reporting performance gains. Although you can include both indexed and non-indexed fields to a search query. Search and reporting performance will be much faster if all fields in a query are indexed. For more information about the field-based search, you can read in the local administrator guide. I will give you some example. Device. Okay. Destination hostname equal. Okay. Here. And like the keyword search, you can specify multiple field conditions in one query expression by using the listed operators between them. The condition can be nested like that. Or destination hostname equal here and failure. Okay. And categorize outcome slash equal slash failure. Categorize outcome okay, categorize outcome here. and with field-based search, the operators don't only have and or not. They can be the difference, equal, uh, greater or equal, uh, of course, less, in, between, start with, and with, contains, is, in some net. Okay, and I will show you some examples in after sections. And you should note the limitations on field-based search operators. When using a query operator such as start with, end with, and in subnet to search for full or partial IPv6 addresses, the address must be in canonical format as specified in RFC 5952. Do not use IPv4 mapped IPv6 addresses. For queries using the contents operator, use only the full IPv6 address. Do not use an IPv6 address fragment. And so now we will talk about the search operator portion of a query. The search operator portion of the query enables you to further refine the data that match the index search filter. And we will study about how to use the search operators available in Logger in after. Okay, so now we will review some features, some buttons in Logger Search Page. The first about the time range. An event is timestamped with the receive time when it is received on Logger. A search query uses the receive time to search for matching events. Under most circumstances, the local receive time is the same as the event time. However, the event time and the local receive time for an event can be different because there is usually a small lag between the time an event leaves a device and it is received at the local. If the device clock is ahead or behind the local clock, the lag or leak can be significant. A search operation requires you to specify the time range within which events would be searched. You can select from many predefined time ranges or define a custom time range to suit your needs. When defining a time range for your query, be sure to take the information about the daylight saving time change on local operation. You can predefine time range when you select predefined time range such as last 2 hours or today. The time range is relative to the current time. For example, if you select last 2 hours, now is a okay. Now is a 16 16:45 and with last 2 hours I will have events in the 16:45 to the 14:45. Okay, and you can custom the time range to suit for your needs. You can specify a time range in 24-hour format to suit your needs. For example, uncheck in dynamic box. Okay. Oh, sorry. Yeah. And go. Okay. By default, the end time for a custom time range is the current time on your local, and the start time is 2 hours before the current time. And you can also use variables to specify custom time range. Okay. And we will have some units of time with m in lowercase. It is minutes. Please don't confuse with m in uppercase, meaning months. And 8 is hours, t is days, and w is weeks. So now we will talk about the field set. A field set determines the fields that are displayed in the search results for each event that matched a search query. By selecting the field set, you select which fields you can see in the search results. And it is the predefined field set in Logger Search Page. The system will provide a number of predefined field sets, and we can choose one of them. With the field set, firewall field set, we should so use log in file the firewall log. Okay. So it is a field set. So now we will talk about the constraints. When we using the constraint in a query can speed up a search operation as they limit the scope of data that needs to be searched. Constraints enable you to limit a query to events from one or more of the following: particular device group, particular storage groups, and specific peers. Here is a device group. Here is a storage group. Because in my demo lab I don't use peer logger, so I don't use peer logger in this search query. Okay. Besides type the search query in the search text box, we can use the advanced search builder. Yeah. And the advanced search tool is a Boolean logic conditions editor that enables you to build search queries quickly and accurately. The tool provides a visual representation of the conditions you are including in a query. You can specify keywords, field-based conditions, and regular expressions using this tool. You can also specify search constraints such as peer, device groups, and storage groups. Okay, let's try a search query. New condition. We can choose event action equal, non-equal, greater or equal, lesser, less, less, less or equal, start with, and with, contains between in is null, equal, accept. And okay, and another condition, and edit okay, and go. Checkpoint event. And also we can change the views in the advanced search. Here or here, like that. Here. In the logger search page, it provides us the search analyzer tool. A query's performance is dependent on many factors such as load on the system, size of data to be searched, indexed or non-indexed fields included in the query, the complexity of a query, a large number of conditions, wildcard characters, nesting, and so on. And then the search analyzer tool analyze a query to determine if any of the fields included in the query are non-indexed for the time range specified, and thus affect the query's performance. You can run this tool as needed. For example, if the query runs slower than expected, you can use Search Analyzer on a query after you have run it, while building a query using the Search Builder. Click Start Stick to access the Search Analyzer tool. Yeah. Also about the search helper. The search helper is a search-specific utility that automatically displays relevant information based on the query currently entered in the search text box. Search helper is available by default. If you do not want to search helper to display information automatically, click the Auto Open is on. Link and the link toggles to Auto Open is off. And to access search helper once it has been turned off, click the down arrow button. Okay. Search helper display autocomplete, search functionality, and search history, and search operator history. A link to the help system and suggested next operators. Okay, so now we will review about the searching for events. When we want to running a search, we should use the option display on the search page to help create and run your search query accurately. Load, save search, or filter. The save a query to the filter list or the save search list. Clear the filter or query. Open the search analyzer to optimize your search query. Review the search option, show or hide field summary, discover fields, auto refresh, and sort. Oldest event first or newest event first, and select the field set related to the which event type you want to see, and set the time range. Maybe you can want to open the search history and start or cancel the search during search running. Open the search builder, advanced search builder. Enter the query in search text box and export the search result to CSV or PDF. Okay, so that's all about the index search portion of a query search, and the features, the button available in the logo search page. So I will stop. I will stop at now. And in the part 2, I will introduce about the search operators. Is a uh, it is a portion of query search. Thank you for your attention. Goodbye.